Choose the right partner. In life, it sometimes feels like you can be the loneliest person in the world, and then out of nowhere, someone comes up to you and they're like, "Hey, do you want to get to know each other?" And it's like, "Oh, that's awesome." That's kind of what happened with me. I thought, "Oh, I'm probably going to be alone forever." And then someone came up to me and yeah, we just started talking. We became best friends and we've been through so much together. And it's like the one thing I want to say about that is like the values that you guys share are more important than the attraction that is the initial attraction. So, having someone with good values, having someone that's going to stick by your side through thick and thin, I think that's more important than having someone who is just on the surface attractive but is just evil and they can go off on you. And like my I've seen people in my life, I'm not going to go into specifics about who they are, but they've had some partners that didn't like them having friends, didn't like them being around their family and stuff like that. And it's like people like that are gonna drive you up a wall. They're gonna pretty much ruin your experience of life. And I really think choosing someone with the right values, even if they're not quite as on the surface attractive, because you can fall in love with someone even if they're not like the most, Natalie Portman or something like that. So it really, really, really is important to choose someone that's going to be by your side through anything and has better values. Um, and someone that has respect for you, even when it's in the small moments. When you're in those small moments, you can see that someone has respect for you. They respect your boundaries, they respect your life, they respect your dreams, they respect your hobbies. Someone that just lets you be you is really important in this world. And I think that's something to pay attention to. You don't want to have someone that just strips you of all that you are and basically you're left with nothing because you have to do everything to try to please this person. And I just don't think that's good. I don't think that's good at all. Another thing that you guys should pay attention to is like someone who communicates better, someone who actually will talk to you and talk through problems. Me and my partner, we talk through things. We talk through the problems, and it's nice to not have to guess with people. It's nice to have someone who clearly communicates things that they've got going on in their brain, things that they've got going on in their life. They can clearly communicate those things, and you're not left just not knowing what's going on with them. And it can cause you to have some sort of complex, I think. But yeah, my partner literally, dude, I've been through so much in my life with like mental health and stuff like that. I the last freaking 3 years, I mean, I went into psychosis. I got diagnosed with a few mental illnesses, and it was a really rough time for everyone in my family to see me going through that. It was pretty a traumatic experience, but my partner was by my side through absolutely everything. So pick someone that's going to be there for you no matter what. Pick someone that can see you at your worst and still love you and still be a part of your life no matter what. And that's something that I chose. I have a partner that I can eat in front of. If I accidentally fart, they're not gonna freak out at me and be like, "Oh, you're gross." They just kind of laugh about it. It's great having someone like that, someone that's and just someone that stuck by me through literally thick and thin. Find someone that you know will be there no matter what. Um, and someone that has a consistent love for you and shows consistency in that relationship is much better than having someone with these overly grandiose promises of life, like, oh, we're going to be rich or we're going to be this, but they don't have like the surface level consistency. I think having someone that's not over promising and under delivering is really important as well. Having someone that just is an honest person, someone that really shows a lot of consistency throughout the relationship. I think that's really important. Another thing is when you're growing as a person, when you say you're growing a YouTube channel or you're growing a small business or you're growing at your job, someone that supports that and doesn't introduce things like jealousy or they're like envying you and then they kind of treat you poorly because you're doing well. I've seen that happen with my mom and my stepdad. He would get mad when she made more money, and it's like, dude, who cares if they make more money? It's a job. Like, we're going to do better as a family, and people need to pay attention to that. Like, dude, yeah, we literally have these jobs, and it's like, dude, Who cares if you make more money? That's doesn't matter at all. And another thing is trust in the relationship is non-negotiable. When you have a relationship, the first and foremost thing you need is trust. You need to trust this person with, I mean, you can eventually tell them all your secrets and all the things about you that nobody else knows, and you want to be able to trust them with that information. You want to be able to trust them pretty much with your life. You want to trust them to hold up their end of the bargain when it comes to paying bills and stuff like that. So, yeah. My cat's meowing and it's really distracting. So yeah, always have a relationship with trust and don't settle for anything less than that. Another thing is when you're in conflict with someone, you can have the most showing signs of their true character. When you go through hardships, and that kind of goes back to when I was talking about, having someone that sticks by your side through anything. When you go through conflict, that's when you can really tell. So sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it might not be a year. Sometimes it might not be for 5 years before you realize someone doesn't have good character when you're going through conflict, such as when bills get too high, or when a person loses a job, or you go through mental illness, or you go in, like when I went into psychosis. Like those things are really, really telling signs of true character. And I was very fortunate enough to find someone who literally ticks all these boxes. I can trust them. I mean, even the sweet little things. I remember when we first met, she would try to eat like really cute. She would try to look cute while she was eating, and I just thought that was such a freaking adorable thing. They just wanted to look pretty while eating, and they were kind of like embarrassed to eat in front of me, and I was also a little bit embarrassed to eat in front of them. It was just really sweet. It was very, it was just one of the sweetest things in the world. So yeah, when you're going through conflict, that's when they show their true character, and you need to really pay attention to that when you're going through in a new relationship. Like, look for those signs and make sure that this person's gonna have your back. Make sure this person's gonna love your hobbies, and make sure this person's not gonna just try to change you into something that you're not. Like, having someone that accepts you for who you are. Yes, you want to change into a better person, but like if you enjoy video games, like someone that accepts the fact that you play video games, dude. I play video games and make YouTube videos, and my girlfriend's all about that, dude. She literally supports my dreams, and she she supported me for the last couple years while I was going through mental illness, and I finally got the new job, so I'll be making the big bucks, so I can finally start contributing more than just a little bit of money. It's going to be nice to finally feel like I'm holding up my end of the bargain. So I think that's really, really a special and important thing to remember, is that conflict, it's going to show you who they really are. Um, having the next thing is having independence in the relationship is really important. And I found myself to be a little more codependent than my partner, but we do respect each other's boundaries, and we do have a lot of time where we're not spending time together. Especially, we've been together literally, it's been 12 years that we've been together. We're still not married. We just both didn't even think about marriage. We're just like, oh, it's not that important. So, yeah, we didn't really care all that much about marriage. But yeah, I think having a good amount of independence in the relationship is really important. Like if you're playing say I'm playing Destiny 2 and I'm doing a raid with my brother and it's like 5 hours, like we need to be able to spend the 5 hours apart, which is, I know 5 hours of gaming is really extreme, but if I'm doing like my part around the house, taking out the trash, helping out with dishes, working my new job, all that stuff, then, there should be no issues. So we can do that though. She can go on a binge watch a show with her sister, and I literally leave them to it. I don't get involved. I'm like, okay, you guys are spending time together. So what? I'm gonna go do my own thing. Or she has girls' night and wants to go. Or she used to do trips with her best friends once a year. It was the girls' trip, and I'll be like, oh yeah, go ahead. I don't care. And there was no problem. If someone has a problem with you going out and hanging out with your friends, or someone has a problem with you being away from them, I think that's really a bad sign. So have someone that gives you the independence, and have someone that's going to treat you with kindness as well. That's not an optional thing, dude. Like, kindness is someone that treats you with respect, someone that treats you with dignity, someone that treats you with that level of kindness that makes you feel warm on the inside, all fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really important, Lenny. I was a terrible voice. I tried. I tried a terrible voice. I don't know, dude. I'm just trying a little thing. I was a little bit unprepared for this video. I kind of rushed into it a little bit, but I was like, I'm gonna get a video out today, so I did my best to jot down some bullet points to like keep everything structured, and I hope this is beneficial to someone. But yeah, kindness in a relationship is not an optional thing. You need someone that treats you with respect and dignity, especially when you're in altercations with an altercation. I don't know, altercation is probably not the right word. When you have an argument with someone that still treats you with respect, even when things get heated, is so good, dude. So yeah, really think about that. Another thing, and the final point that I want to make in this video is that when you have a sense of inner peace in that relationship, especially after a couple of years, and you can feel at home with someone and you feel comfortable and you feel zen, I think that's really a good sign that you've chosen the right person. So yeah, someone that you can relax around, someone that it feels natural. It's not forcing yourself to be someone you're not just to please someone else. I think that's a really important factor in this when you're choosing the right partner. And I think it is a good sign that you chose the right partner when you feel a sense of peace on the inside. But yeah, those are all the points that I wanted to make for today's video. I guess I'll ramble for a minute about how I'm thankful for you guys and just that this is my dream come true, having a community. It's only like 3 or 4 people total that like comment regularly, but it's a really good sign that things are going in the right direction. I'm really happy that I decided to stop using scripts and just yap naturally. It's really forcing me to use my brain, and it's kind of just making me a better talker. And I think it's going to benefit me at work and just in conversations with people and stuff like that. It's not something I always struggled with, but after I went into psychosis, it kind of dimmed my brain a little bit, so I've been having to like recover from that. I don't think it did any like permanent damage or anything like that, but I did have some issues with talking, holding conversations, some memory issues, but all that is starting to come back, so I feel like it was just a temporary thing. But yeah, thank you guys for being here, and thank you for giving me the chance to um, do what I love. And we're gonna grow this channel to the freaking moon, like I've been saying, dude. I'm aiming for 1,000 subscribers by the end of January. Now, whether or not we hit that, I don't know. The 4,000 hours of watch time to get monetized will probably take a little bit longer. That's just all up to chance, all up to luck. So hopefully that works out. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some value out of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Maybe it'll be a story time. Who knows?